Well, I'm not really interested in playing for Jamaica. I said, they were like, no, you're not going to play for England because of X, Y, and Z, and come play for Jamaica. We're going to go to the World Cup until I've retired and my legs can't move or whatever it is. I still think I've got a chance. I'd rather put all my eggs in one basket and do everything I possibly can. Even if I don't make it, I don't play for England, at least I can say, listen, I did everything that I could do to play for England. I stuck to my morals in terms of that situation, and that's what I wanted to do. I can say I've played in the World Cup, and after that, done that, I wouldn't play for them again. I can't be bothered now to fly every international break to Jamaica.
Today, Jamaica and the England squad approach you.
Yeah.
And they come together, they both offer you an amazing opportunity to play for the country.
Yes. Who do you choose? England.
Yeah, people, big up on yourself. Welcome back to another edition of the Reggae Boyz Weekly. This time around, very exciting edition. This one will be joined by my co-host in the hot seat today. Dicanio, big up yourself. I pray.
There, bro. There.
What the man name? Isaac Hayden or Isaac Fake Den? What the man say? Fake it till they make it. Is he using Jamaica, people? I think Isaac Hayden is using Jamaica. At this moment in time, we know that he's contracted to Newcastle Football Club, but he's not playing any high level of professional football at this moment in time in terms of our first team. He's playing with the reserve team of Newcastle. And, we all know that the news was broken since week that he will be switching allegiance from England to Jamaica. He has accepted an offer to come and play for Steve McClaren. Is it a friend thing? Is Steve McClaren contradicting himself as he goes along as the Reggae Boyz coach? But they kind of big up yourself. What you do?
They ain't a bro skull. My friend, when I see how the video they do today, I get me a comments, brother. Wanna go like up the video and get the comments and watch the views. And I just forward out today and just say, I do a video, I share my opinion that. Bro, amount of comments but they work today and I'll be a comments me I respond to. And I say, man, because I have to respond to the comments when the people that support the videos, So, yeah, we're ready to talk about the topic there. And we're going to also talk about the international period. So, you guys stick around for that.
Yeah, definitely. So the topics for today, people, Isaac Hayden, we're going to discuss Isaac Hayden, give our thoughts on Isaac Hayden, because I feel like in the fan base, there's a huge divide as to whether or not he should play for Jamaica. Some folks are saying he should, some folks are saying he shouldn't play for Jamaica. So we're going to chime in, give our own opinions surrounding the situation. And then, as Dicanio said, we're going to talk about the international break and give our thoughts on the international break as well. We played we played Honduras and Nicaragua, one away against Nicaragua, and then we played Honduras at home. It was like 20,000 some fans at the national stadium, and I saw some videos on TikTok where a lot of fans, they were not pleased due to the result. It was a 0-0 draw. Yes, we did go through, but at the end of the day, for the federation and for the players to plead for fans to come out of the national stadium and back-to-back games goalless, it's kind of frustrating for the fans, especially since Messi said the man them sell peanut for $500 in a stadium. Then Messi said the man them can get broken as well. So it's like, the man them not score no goal, and then you have people who sell peanut for $5. The peanut drops them, and then you have people can get broken. So like, as a Reggae Boyz fan, them go through, but still the man them wants to go when them go to the national stadium. But before we get into the show, smash up the like button as well, people. Stick around for the punk of the week at the end of the show. And with that being said, let me just play the intro for the show.
No matter what you do, you know, say that we can't stop. We stand up and salute down to the yellow, the green, the black, and make them know.
Yeah. So first of all, I could start off with the international break, right? Before we get this man screen, what do you think about the recent international break? Saw some new additions to the team. Tariq McGee, Mason Holagte. If I want to be specific, who else was a new addition? Anglin was a new addition under Steve McClaren as well. And maybe I'm missing out somebody as well. Romario Williams was a new addition who I think against Nicaragua, he had a good game. Tavon Gray was another addition under Steve McClaren. So we saw some changes in the squad. Thoughts on the international break?
Yeah, bro. So we had to face Nicaragua. And We also have to face them boy the Honduras. You see me? So as we know, 4 points could have got us to top the group, especially if that 4 points came from 3 points at Nicaragua and a draw with Honduras, which is exactly what the team got. So in the grand scheme of things, the team went out in the international break with their eyes set on finishing first, and they did that, right? That is what the federation is going to be looking at. That is what the coach is going to be looking at. That was the goal. That was the target for this international break. Top the group, make it to the quarterfinals, and they were very much successful at that, right? Now, even though we were successful at the main goals, in the grand scheme of things, there are so many other things that we watch football for, right? And I believe we saw a whole lot of that in the game at Nicaragua. We saw the game do a professional performance, score some goals, and played well. Created chances. They could have scored even more than what they scored. However, the home game for a second international break in a row, they flattered to deceive, right? Them get a full stadium back to back. Not full, but full for recent standards, right? Close to 20,000 people. That's a whole of people, right? The Nicaragua game where they played away, had 16,000 home fans at Nicaragua. Apart from the 3 or 4 Rasta one, then when it stayed in Nicaragua. You see me? But close to 20,000 people, if not over 20,000 people at National Stadium for back-to-back games at home against Cuba and Honduras. I wouldn't see nothing. You see me? And again, it's so hard for really judge it because we know that they only needed a point in that game at Honduras, which they did get the point. They did top the group and they did make it to the quarterfinals. But at the end of the day, a whole lot of Jamaican fans even didn't know them there for a point. A lot of Jamaican fans just go there to watch football, watch to see them score some goals and just enjoy the night. You see me? And that was not the case. People are left before the match done. People are being accosted in the stadium. It just was not a good sight to behold, right? So in the grand scheme of things, would I give the window a 7 out of 10? Because we achieved everything we should, but we need to address this home form, especially due to the fact that our next home game is going to be against the United States. It's a 2-leg quarterfinals, and we can't do like what we did the last time against Canada, where we have to lose the first game and hope to ever go away, go win. That not going to happen against the United States. So we need to make sure that we go out there with the best team possible, win that football match, so that we have something to claw on when we go to America, because we all know how America plays at home and how good they are at home. So, yeah, good tenure so far from Steve McClaren. I'm happy with the football game I'm playing. I'm happy with the control. But, yeah, bro, we just need to see some improvements at home. The team needs to be a bit braver.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I agree. In terms of my assessment, I was quite happy with the window. If I was supposed to grade it, 7 out of 10 for me. What I did like about this window was, the rotation of the squad in terms of Steve McClaren giving different players opportunities within the squad to kind of prove themselves. I'm a new coach. Show me what you have, and let me see if we can include you in future squads. Romario Williams, I was impressed with Romario Williams. Also, I was impressed with Tavan Gray against Nicaragua. Tavan Gray isn't the best player at times when he plays for the country, but I think against Nicaragua he had a solid game. Romario Williams, in terms of his goal, his hold-up play, quite a good game overall from Romario Williams. So I was impressed by the new players in this squad. Against Honduras, we saw a new addition in Mason Holagte. That was his home debut at the National Stadium. Poor first half from Holagte, better second half from him, but I don't feel like the second half would make up for his poor first half performance, right? And overall, we just didn't really impose ourselves on Honduras. Honduras against us at the National Stadium, they looked threatening. They looked more threatening compared to the Reggae Boyz. And this thing where people, I said this thing about, we have to take the pitch in consideration. Bro, I've went through results, right? I'm missing at the Concacaf Nations League, the last edition, where Honduras, Haiti, etc., them same team that go at the National Stadium, people, and them play better football than Jamaica. So what people are trying to tell me, say, yes, the pitch is bad, right? But we cannot use that as the main excuse with this national team and the poor form at the National Stadium, because other teams are going to the National Stadium and they're putting the ball on the ground and they're playing better football than Jamaica at the National Stadium. So the pitch thing, I'm not really buy the argument there still. I get what they must say still, but I'm not really buy that one day. Is it I say? But overall, it was a good window. In terms of the games, let me just go through some things quickly. Once again, people smash up the like button. I just want to go through the game. So this was the first game against Nicaragua. Go through some quick ratings with the squad. So Tavon Gray had a 7.2 match rating. Damian Lowe 7.6. Andre Blake was a standout in that game. 8.1. Few standout players in this game, to be honest. You have Ethan Pinnock with 7.4. Greg Lee 7.8. You had Kara Anderson 7.6. Latibodier 7.2. And then you had Tariq McGee with a 7.3 match rating. He was involved in both of the goals. Bobby De Cordova-Reid, outstanding game as well, 7.5. And he was a huge miss in the game against Honduras at the National Stadium. Romario Williams with a 7.8. He had a goal in that game. And you had Demarai Gray with a 7.0 match rating. So quite a good game against Nicaragua. In terms of the home game against Honduras, let me just get into the match ratings quickly. Some players didn't really perform in this game, right? Demarai Gray really had a poor game, 6.9. Tariq McGee 6.3. I think we can all agree that Tariq McGee didn't have a good game. Mikel Antonio 5.9. Casey Palmer 7.0. Norman Campbell 6.5. Lembikisa 6.8. And before this game, I was advocating that Tavon Gray starts this game, but the candidate say, Lembikisa our best right back, Ray. He should play. Went on, had a poor game. Mason Holagte 6.8. Ethan Pinnock 7.3. Greg Lee 7.1. Andre Blake 7.8. Once again, a standout player for us. And I want to talk about Mason Holagte. But before we get to the Mason Holagte thing, people, I was doing some research on some of our players, right? And before me even get to the research factor, Dicanio, just take this off a screen for me. Come on, me lost the notes, man.
Mic check. Hold on there one sec. Mic check. Jerome.
Yeah, my ear.
Comment and make me know if you hear me properly there, man. Mic check.
Yeah, my ear.
Oh.
Yeah, so I research some things, people, and I was going through the squad, and I had a list of poor performances from certain players in the squad. Well, let me start off with the good performances first. Good performances in this window for me. I know that Cephas never get a lot of minutes in this window, but I think he did look threatening against Honduras when he came on the pitch. So I think, to an extent, his performance was good. Tavon Gray in this window was a good performer for me as well, especially against Nicaragua. Andre Blake, obviously, probably man of the match on both occasions, right? Romario Williams, good performance. I was impressed with him. Greg Lee, I was also impressed with him. Now, Casey Palmer, I didn't put down Casey Palmer as a good performer of the team, right, in this window. But one thing I did do with Casey Palmer, I put him on the list in the sense that if he's playing as a number 8 or a number 10, I think he's a good performer. Reason being, I went through Fatma Dicanio and I go through his last couple performances for the country when he has played as a number 8 and a number 10. Predominantly, he has played as a number 8 for Jamaica, right? And this match rating tends to be higher when he's playing as a number 8 compared to when he's playing as a 6 in the double pivot. You get me? I say? So I think that tells the tale surrounding Casey Palmer that he cannot play in the double pivot, else you're not going to get the best out of him. So once you play Casey Palmer in the 8, what the statistics did show and the match rating showed was that he plays better in a system when he's deployed as a number 8. In terms of poor performances for me, I had Mason Holagte, Demarai Gray. Tariq McGee was a good performer for me. I had him on the previous list, but against Honduras, he had a poor game. Lembikisa in this window had a poor performance against Honduras. Mikel Antonio for me as well, not the best. And so that was my list in terms of good performances from certain players and poor performances from certain players. So all in all, not a bad window in terms of like how me assess it. Anything else you want to add?
I want to talk about one more thing else. Like in the press conference, the coach mentioned the fact that the players were afraid, basically, in that last game to really go and try to get goals, go and try to actually win the football match. And I think that is very alarming, right? You have to instill a winning mentality in the team. Not because you need 1 point means you have to go out there and play for a point. It takes one moment in football to shatter that way you try to do, right? For playing for a point. It takes one moment in football. It takes one rash decision from a defender. It takes one mistake, one corner for them get and just buck out the mesh. One moment it takes in football for all of that to just be eradicated. So you cannot be going out in football matches, even if you know you say you need to draw the game. You cannot be going out there and playing for a draw, brother. You have to go out there and try to win the football match. Now, granted, we should have won a penalty. 100%. That Karim Dixon, if VAR was here,
that wasn't a penalty. Not a big penalty, brother. This is the thing, you know. Whenever a team tends to have poor performance, we go out there a bigger penalty. That wasn't a penalty to me. People don't really think in the comment section.
Listen to me, brother. That is a penalty. The ball goes straight through, right? The defender thinks the goalkeeper is going to get there. Both of them stop and a fidget. Karim Dixon runs right through. Get a toe up on the ball and the keeper literally take him out. The keeper completely missed the ball. And the referee was so far away from the play. I don't know how he could see that decision and wave it off as no penalty. The ball go away. He could have time to literally consult him linesman, but no. As customary with these Mexican referees or Spanish referees, they want to teeth out the match, brother. If VAR was there, that is a penalty all day long. The man go right through Karim Dixon. No ball. No ball, Kishan. Where you see man get ball? Same to take out Dixon without getting the ball.
Me just feel like Dixon that try to be smart and he might try buy a penalty from the referee. You see me I say?
With smart, the man go all in to win the ball and him win the ball to it, pass the keeper and the keeper take him out. Yeah. Go look on it in all slow motion. Clean the ball, go clean through keeper foot. And the man take out Dixon, brother.
You see, if you eradicate this now.
And all on the Jamaican player, them fever have more in that too, brother. Run, go up in a referee face and force him to go over to him, bomba official go find out what a decision was. But instead, just the fact that them a play for a draw, them not do that. Them just alright, the ref to give us a penalty. Make it was a game where Jamaica did need to win. Them a run go over there, brother. Run go over there to the referee and say, oh, you are going. Oh, is that another penalty? And the referee would have had to go over. How much time we see that? Referee would have to go over, brother, to him linesman and at least talk about what him see. And it would have eventually been given.
Let me say this. To eradicate this, we just have to go get VAR at the end of the day. As I say, because you know, people are always split in terms of like them opinions whether it was a penalty or not a penalty. As I say, now next thing more touchman, but the touchman Casey Palmer playing predominantly as a 8 for the national team people. He plays much better in that position. But there's this player I want to talk about, Corey Anderson, right? Now, I can admit, I don't really watch much of Corey Anderson for Charlton Athletic, right? Because so many games in the football, you know, I don't stress with United already. As I say, now, I go so boom, me taking some highlights with Corey Anderson. I was looking at his heat map as a player at Charlton, right? And, you know, once again, we're playing Corey Anderson out of position. You know, he's not a number 6, people. You know, for Charlton, he's not a number 6. He plays as a number 8. And you know, me I look on the man highlights, bro, and the position when I see Corey Anderson and pick up on them thing. Them see the man play balls into the channel, into the strike. I see the man score goals. I see the man win back balls and make crucial interceptions. You get me? I say, but much higher up the pitch. So you know, we kind of struggle in terms of like not having that solid number 6 that's a specialist in that position. And I know that Isaac Hayden is on the radar now, but we're going to talk about him a bit later. But you know, I feel like enough people talk about Corey Anderson and say, yo, them not really seeing nothing in him, rare. But you know, I just don't feel like when you play players out of position or when you tend to play players out of position, you're going to get the best out of them. And as I said, I looked at Casey Palmer last couple match ratings for Jamaica when he has played as a number 8, and it is much higher compared to when he has played as a number 6 in that double pivot career. Anderson for Charlton Athletic, looking at his highlights, etc., and looking at where he plays for Charlton, he plays in the central midfield. He's not playing that deep. You know, so how are you going to get the best out of these players if they're not playing in their rightful positions? But I know that, you know, now we kind of have to do a makeshifting with certain players, but it's just what it is what it is with some of these players, you know. But them have quality in them still. I'm going to go over the comment section.
Hold on, this is what I have to say about that though. This that same comment over me I go pull up. Nathan Morgan, him kind of covered on the ball overall. That is not the case, you know. You see, when you have certain players, especially players who don't have a certain type of quality. You see, if you put a Martin Odegaard for go play 6 for a period of time, he might go comfortable receiving the ball with him back turn. He's just that type of player. Who's his class? Who's his confidence on the ball? No matter which position the field you put him. But you see, when you have players like Corey Anderson, who are so young, when you have players like Casey Palmer, where he's a decent player, but not a quality player. But he's a decent player who can represent me at this level, right? You have to play them to them strengths. And you can't allow their limitations to get showed up that much. And that is what was happening with Casey Palmer. When we were playing him in a double pivot, every time Casey Palmer get the ball, him lose it, him give it away, him no look comfortable, him look coward. The moment we play Casey Palmer high up where he's used to and customary, we start to see something different. And the same thing is happening to Kara Anderson now. He does not play there. And he's too young and inexperienced right now to be playing right there. So that's the reason why he looks so coward when he dip on the ball. That's the reason why he looks so timid when he dip on the ball. But if you put him in that position, which I don't think we have the luxury to do that right now. So the coach has a decision to make. Either you call somebody with fitted for that position, or you call Kara Anderson and play him in the position that he should be played in. But playing him there, it only going to make the fans him not like him. It only going to put a bad light on him, and it demotivate him. As a young baller, we are trying to be the future of Jamaican football. So Jamaica has a problem right now. We have midfielders, a lot we can play the 8. We have John Russell, we have Kara Anderson, we have Casey Palmer. I think even Bobby Reid prefers to play as an 8 more than a 10. So we are so heavily we have such a plethora of talent in the number 8, but we're lacking the number 10 and we're lacking the number 6. And every coach that comes here has to be trying to fill in those gaps by playing an 8 in a 10 or an 8 at a 6, and it just not work. So we really do need that defensive player, which we're going to get into with Isaac Hayden. But obviously, me have my opinions about it, and everybody else have their opinion about it. But there's no hiding the fact that we need a 6. We need a defensive midfielder. And we need a 10. A lot of people will say that might be Tariq McGee. We are yet to see that consistently. So we need a 10 and a 6 because we have too much 8. And we can't ask 8 for the 6 and 10 work. You see me?
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree. So, sometimes we judge some of these players a bit too harsh, and, we have to kind of watch them at them club level to kind of understand the type of player that they are. It's just like playing Joel Latibody in the number 6 position. He's just not a number 6. If you play him as a right back or as a centre back, you're going to get the best out of Joel Latibody here. But it's just due to the fact, we don't really have a number 6. So playing these players out of position is kind of a detriment to the team to an extent and to some of these individual players. Because I look on Casey Palmer and Kara and I say, no, like them play actually look good for them club. You get me? I say, but at the national team, playing out of position, we're just not seeing the player that we're seeing at the club level. And a lot of people talk about that, how when we look at these players at the club level, they play much better compared to when they play for the national team. But now I'm jump back on the thing here. I'm going to talk about Mason Holagte because brother, move from say man. People watching them, what about Mason Holagte, right? I'm gonna get real energetic right now. So boom, Mason Holagte play for Jamaica at the National Stadium, right? He play against Nicaragua, come on for a couple minutes, whatever the case is, right? A little minute. So whenever I get facing not much, placing that play out of position, right? So boom, him show up at the National Stadium, play in a centre back pairing with Ethan Pinnock, right? Now we all can agree that Mason Holagte had a poor first half and he had a better second half. Now I'm gonna go through him statistics or him stats in this game, right? So Mason Holagte had a 6.8 match rating, played 90 minutes, right? Accurate passes, 78%, 74 attempts and 58 successful accurate passes, right? In terms of touches, 83 touches off the ball, passes into the final third, 11, accurate long balls, 3 out of 13, 23%, right? 13 long ball attempts, people, and he only had 3 successful long balls out of that 13. Couple of the long ball, them remember him blast one over the opposition goal, him blast one at the keeper hand, and Ray. You get me? Him just a blast them in a no man's land.
Some of them were promising still.
Huh?
Few of them were promising.
Well, it never fruitful though. But anyways, 4 clearances, headed clearances 1, interceptions 1, defensive actions 5, recoveries 3. And there were a couple of occasions where Mason Holagte did give away the ball to Honduras, in which they pounced on us and them almost score. What do you name? The black youth, the number 9.
The number 9 already, to them number 9 already.
But him look good enough. But him just never want to score. You see me I say? Him not look like a bad player. Get me I say? But if him did want to score, then would have been a trouble. So Mason Holagte rocks up at the National Stadium, has a poor game. Now, I stated at the initial stage when Mason Holagte arrived in this national team, I did a video saying that, I'm not really excited by the acquisition of Mason Holagte, because when you talk about Mason Holagte in the Premier League, Mason Holagte is not known for his defensive abilities. Mason Holagte is not known as a good defender. Mason Holagte is known as a player that goes around, having fights with different players, pushing players in the stands. If you look at respective fans from Everton and different clubs where he has played his trade at, they don't have anything good to see about Mason Holagte to that extent. You can look at some of the videos with Mason Holagte making some horrific tackles where can probably end a man career. Dicanio. You get me? I say, where if him really plant him studs in them foot and them thing the brother, which he did, and get some horrific red cards for the horrific tackle them. So me do a video in a state say, yo, Mason Holagte, based off of the man reputation, I think him really going to improve the Jamaican defense to that extent. You get me? I say, so boom, people have them different opinion. Way. You see me? I say. So boom, no, we do a video and I publish it and whatever the case is, right? So I just hop in the comment section quickly because some people, share their thoughts on Mason Holagte. Some individuals went on to say that we can't judge a player based on one game, which I disagree. Somebody said players.
We go through it little now, brother. So you say you disagree means you agree. You can't judge a player off one game. At some seat, brother.
All right. We don't miss it.
Even though you want to look on the mistakes we make, even though you want to look on all the bad way him do, I still saw good. And for the person who did a replace, I see some good things I did like. We did keep the ball better. We did knock the ball better. Even though him kick some long balls that were unsuccessful, him still never kick them as much as Damian would be doing it. We still managed to string passes around the back. Even though they weren't penetrative passes, we still managed to string some passes together. There was no point where I would say like Mason Holagte had a simple pass could have make and never make it because him just dunce and want to kick with the ball. Now, if you want to look on it as a case where his accuracy was not good in a moment where it should have been better, then we can say, all right, yes, he should have played a long pass in that situation, but it was unsuccessful. All right. But there was no situation in that game where it was like, why Mason Holagte just a kick away ball, just as much as we would have those moments when Damian Lowe is there. So with that point of view, I would say you can't judge a player for one game. Simple though. Well,
let me say, me listen to professional coaches before. Me hear them say them go watch player and based off of that one game, they him know say the player that go become great. So if a coach can say that, or people analyze the game can say that, then me can look for Mason Holagte and say that me not feel like say Mason Holagte is going to be a big addition for this side. Because again, based on his reputation, people don't know Mason Holagte for no defensive abilities or anything that he's good at. People know him for the wrong reasons. You get me? I say? So that is my argument that I'm going to put forth to the people surrounding Mason Holagte. I'm not saying I'm not going to have like a good game for the national team. I'm not saying never ever have a good game in a professional career. But I'm just saying like Mason Holagte ain't no world beater for this national team. Mason Holagte personally ain't no world beater of a defender. You get me? I say?
I'm going to tell you this, I'm glad Kevin Williams. And Kevin, when we are talking about Hayden, we're going to bring up back the comment here. So don't feel like we lost it. Me and start it so we can go back to it. You see me? But when we talk about the comment here, Maggie gave away the ball in dangerous space. Brother, and you see when Maggie give away the ball and the man them nearly score, brother, stadium quiet. You know why? Because everybody rate Maggie. And if the goal is scored, nobody would have cussed Maggie like that. But make all get to give away that ball. When him give away and the man him end up scores a totally different stadium. You would be a totally different person right now. So, brother, everybody have bad games. Everybody do something. Never cost you a goal. Just love it, brother. Because I know many here you talk about Tariq Maggie and the fact where him do some foolish, you could have make the man them score now. But because Mason Holagte give away a ball and make the man them score, you have to highlight that because he done that on him case already. You have to be fair, brother. So, you can't judge the man after one game. Because if you judge Maggie after the game, everybody would have say you're not calling back. But guess what? The man play one game before that, where him play brilliant. Everybody say, he need for the night side again. You see me, bro? So we could see what the man have. We have whole heap of other football matches there for play. Let's see.
Yeah, man, say. Me and I say people say the man not to play for Jamaica again. However, me I say the man must bench the next game. Based off the performance against Honduras at the National Stadium, Mason Holagte have to hold the bench for the next game. I may ever tell people as much as you know one cause Damian Lowe, I still think Damian Lowe offers us something that a lot of other defenders right now in the current squad doesn't offer us, and that's why enough people can start over Damian Lowe because there's some former solid performances from him at the end of the day. Yes, he might do some look rash tackle here and there, and he might kick away two ball, But let's be honest, since Damian Lowe has been playing under Steve McClaren, him not kick enough ball like one time. Him not play enough long ball like one time again. You see me? If we're being honest.
Do it now, so our brain just get used to it, bro. You see me?
But
Deshaun Bernard to start over with Deshaun Bernard fully fit. Me no business. Just all like where the brother I say right here. So when they comment there on DC where I say Deshaun Bernard. See there, him rather Richard King or Bernard. But yeah man, Deshaun Bernard over Damian Lowe. I have no problem because me not a man we are there here advocate for Mason Holagte start. I don't give 2 rat cents. From my killer Ethan pin up there on the field, whoever want part 9, me no business. But just don't like the low on the field. So when Deshaun Bernard fully fit, him out starting defender. That's how I see it. Me no like the low play football, brother.
Alright, but anyway, I hate one Damian now, but watch out now. Big up to Damian now. So somebody said, not because you have your own podcast doesn't mean you're an expert because you can't judge a player based on a single game. People have never claimed to be an expert. This is just my opinion, right? Somebody said, let me see if I can find some more comments. Let me see. Somebody say, well, honestly, enough people are saying we can't judge a player based off of one game. You get me? I say, somebody said, brother, we cannot judge a player after one game. I said, this is football. Players will be judged for their performances. And I saw what I saw in that game. I'm not going to use that game there to judge him. But me not say we must abandon him from the national team or whatever the case is. But you can't tell me, say, me watch a player. You can't tell me, say, me can't judge a player after one game, brother. Me look on the man have unsuccessful long ball attempts in that game and give her the ball in areas in which Honduras did pounce on us at the national stadium. So people are trying to tell me, say, me can't use one game. No, bro, like me use that one game there, me assess the player. Just like our coach can go somewhere and look on a player and say, you know, some rate the ball there, or me not rate the ball there. Why me can look on Mason Holagte and say, yo, me no feel like say him go come up big for Jamaica or him go be like a great addition to the national team. Whatever the defense of Jamaica is right now, I don't think Mason Holagte improves that to any large extent. You get me? I say, I'm not going to hold firm to the opinion there. If him play good, I'm going to praise him. I'm not going to see him play good and not praise him, brother. Come on, man.
I agree with you to an extent. We'll pull up this comment. Shamara, big up yourself. Damian Lowe just used the Concacaf more. Remember when Pinnock just started playing? And that is a very, very good point. When Ethan Pinnock just started playing for Jamaica, he was not the player that he is right now for us. Ethan
Pinnock had a better reputation as a defender compared to Mason Holagte. So my trust is with Ethan Pinnock, even when he did have the bad debut. I did trust him more still because his reputation coming in the squad was good.
You, only for people upon the same notion where only for people upon now. Where them get the England ball from? Where them this? Where them? Are the same thing, bro. So the opinions scatter all around the place, right? Bro, just give the dog a chance. He have a bad game. He's clearly a part of the future. Whoever, bro, none of them are ready on the right side to me still in the youth.
Bro, you literally hear me say, me not call for people, me not call for the national team abandon Mason Holagte. Where did I say that?
You call for him get benched.
That different.
So that I never say anything else other than that. So you call for him get benched, so me I say just give the dog a chance, brother. Normally when you play against bigger opposition, your game step up. And it was evident that the mindset of that team was so off. If he's used to a different mindset, that can affect the game as well. As a footballer, all of these different things can affect the game, especially if you're not a top-class goalkeeper. A top-class player, where you're physically demanding yourself and mentally demanding yourself every single day for win football matches. You see, if you're just a regular player like Holagte, and if you're in an environment where just seem foreign like that, and them just don't want to win in our way, it'll feel weird to you. You might get that sort of performance. So just give the dog some time. Start the man up for Jamaica. Give the man some time, brother, and see
what he does. This comment, right?
Games now, where he might be a part. Then you can diss him. I'm gonna have a problem with it.
Let me address this comment. First responder, big up yourself. First responder say, you see how you stay? That's why Hutchinson didn't come with too harsh, brother, toxic. People, let me address this, right? I'm not frightened of a footballer. I make that clear. I'm not frightened of a baller. Now, this notion about YouTubers are just fans being too harsh on players, that is the nature of football. When Omari them, the Ipswich or any other respective club and them have poor performances, who more harsh than them fans there will show up a man yard gate or block off stadium gate or them thing there or make some ridiculous chants about the man them and say, oh, Ray, you're short and you're this and you can't play ball and whatever the case is. You get me? I say, so them not have a problem, or I'm not gonna say Omar them not have a problem when the fans them get on them back, you know. But bro, this notion about how YouTubers are fans in Jamaica to watch on them play and they no want to come play for Jamaica. Them never want to play for Jamaica in their first place, bad man. I saw me see it in the first responder. Them never want to play for Jamaica in their first place, brother. Because criticism and people booing you is a part of the game. Many people attack say, oh, true, Jamaican fans boo Omar Hutchinson. Bro, if a man play a bad football game, you gotta expect to get booed. That's football. That's football. That's the nature of football. What? Jamaican fans can't boo people. Jamaican fans can't criticize people. Yo, me see
Yo,
different still.
They just foreign to football, brother. That me I tell
Yo,
you.
me now go no baller, brother. Me now go no baller. If Omar did want to play for Jamaica, I'm come and play for Jamaica. So me see simple one two.
I share the same sentiment. And the reason why as well, the same thing the way I talk about, brother, only know how England fans deal with people. Or they say the man them deal with Bukayo Saka when he miss penalty. Or they say the man them deal with players pan a regular. You think no booze and from Jamaica fans, from 5,000 Jamaican fans are, and even if so much booze him did I get from so much people. A goodly 100 people are booing or even less. A goodly 50 people they are booing at the stadium there, brother. You see me? You think booze from 50 people can really stop a player from wanting to play? Brother, if you feel say that is the case. Or you think a video from a YouTuber sharing his opinions on a specific player can stop a player from come represent? We share our opinions on Isaac Hayden, and see there. I got news today that Isaac Hayden documents everything is set. He might go play for Jamaica. So nothing when me said today can't affect him from play. Isaac Hayden is going to be here. The man post him the Mobile International Airport today, and him post in at the National Stadium today. You see me? So nothing that we do on YouTube can affect these players. Them players that go through worse in England. Them players that get racially abused. Them players that get threats. Them players that get people that show up on them doorstep. You know much things them players go to. You think don't know what we do in Jamaica with our little YouTube channel. And a boo player can stop them. If them I tell you say that stop them from represent is a stupid excuse. And if you believe that you're done said, that may I tell you.
Okay. First is one, big up yourself. But this next thing as well, just for add on to that. You get me? I say this strength enough for them football player have for the Jamaican YouTuber them. Me want them have that for the Sun and the Daily Mail and them people. You get me? I say because what we do in Jamaica and the YouTube space is nothing in comparison to what the Sun and them man they go dig up them personal life and who them cheap and how much baby mother them have and how much child support them have to go pay. Like, come on, man, ain't nothing in comparison, man. Like, Omar just never want to play for Jamaica. Yo, people, right now, we need to ask Omar why they wear the Jamaican flag when him gain promotion. You see me? I say, because I trick the man, trick the people, them. You see me? Trick the man, trick the people, them, brother. You get me? I say, well, big up to Omar Hutchinson still. Big up yourself.
Never.
No, man, big up to Omar said, way, man.
No, man, never.
Tough decision.
Well,
me I big up Omar still, people. Wish him the best. You get me? I say, you make him bed. So him just no.
21. That's I tell you. I don't ramp with my country youth.
Alright, so nothing my country too. But anyways, people. Isaac Hayden, the man of the hour, the man of the minute, the man of the second, people. Isaac Hayden has arrived in the island of Jamaica land we love, right? And you know, people kind of split in terms of their opinions on Hayden as to whether or not he must play for the country. I'm of the notion that, let me say this. I can see both sides of the coin in the sense that we need a number 6, and I believe that Isaac Hayden has the quality to fill that gap, right? But I can also see the other side of the coin where people are saying, yo, based on the interview that Isaac Hayden did, he should not play for Jamaica. Now, if I'm supposed to lean to one side, I would lean more to the side of, based off the interview and the things where I'm saying, he make him bed, so he must lay a night. You get me? I say, why is he coming to play for Jamaica? No. So I'm going to play the interview, play a few snippets from the interview, and then, you know, me give my opinion, they kind of give film opinion, and you guys, obviously, the viewers can give your opinions in the comment section. So let me start off with the first clip. Which one am I going to draw for first? Let me start off with that one first. Which one must start off with first? All right, let me start off with this.
Today, Jamaica and the England squad approach you.
Yeah.
And they come together, they both offer you an amazing opportunity to play for the country.
Yes.
Who are you choosing?
England.
All right, so I'm going to play 2 more. So I'm going to play the next one.
Well, I'm not really interested in playing for Jamaica.
Hold on, make we tackle the one here first, because there was this notion going around in my comment section today. I need to clear up. So I can play what the clip here.
Today, Jamaica and the England squad approach you.
Yeah.
And they come together, they both offer you an amazing opportunity to play for the country.
Yes.
Who are you choosing?
England.
All right. Now, I made the video today, right, where I spoke about a whole lot of stuff, but I played that clip in the video and I realized that it made a lot of people, because people don't watch a full video, you know. If you look on average view duration on videos, any YouTube video at all, average people, the average set of people don't watch a full video. So they watch the first part of the video and come up with all sort of things in their mind and start comment before them finish watching the video, right? I put the camera up on my face, brother, and see me talk to people. See? So a lot of people came into the comment section and they were saying, why you trouble the man just because he want to pick England over Jamaica? And that is not the case. I have no problem if a man want to pick England over Jamaica. As a matter of fact, if you follow my channel, you will see where I have said before, say I rate Isaac Hayden. In the past, even up to the other day before him father in Jamaica and we hear this news, I said it in the past that I rate Isaac Hayden. Because him come out and make it clear, say England him want and him no want Jamaica, and him going to stand by that until him retire. That is what he said. And this, I said that weeks ago, even before this Isaac Hayden news come out. Zid, I said that in a whole heap of videos before, when I compare him to players like Omari Hutchinson, where this Jamaica in my eyes and use Jamaica, right? So my problem is not with Isaac Hayden choosing England over Jamaica. I respected that. I respected the fact that he came forward and him said that. And he was going to quote unquote stand by that, right? But my problem now is when you come out after you've said all of that about Jamaica, say you don't want to play with Jamaica, say you will play till your foot them broke down and retire. And if you're gonna put all the eggs in a one basket, and if that means you just not gonna play the international football for England, that means you just not gonna play the international football, right? When you ever say something like you ever just come and play for the World Cup, and after World Cup, you're not going to bother for even come back and play in an idiot game, or bother for even fly, come down to Jamaica for playing the international break. You see, when you ever say all of them things, you know, that is what the video was about. And anybody who watch the video, those are the ones in the comment section that were agreeing with what I said. So again, my problem is not with him choosing England over Jamaica. I respect people that come out and make it clear and make it known who you are select, and you work with that, you make your bed and you lay in it. You see me? And that is what I thought he was doing, which is why I said on multiple occasions before today that I respected him. But don't come tell me after you say all of that and after you do everything where you ever come tell me say you want to come play for Jamaica now. No, I'm never looking into the reason why. Because he also made mention in that video that he would be going against his morals to not represent England. So basically, what he must say to me then is because him not represent England, he must come represent Jamaica now, then he must go against his morals. Oh, a man for say he must go against his morals to come represent the country. Oh, a man for say he can't bother for fly, come down for go play for Jamaica and an international if it's not a World Cup he must play. Oh, a man going to say all of them things there. And we as a country, the Jamaica Football Federation, which I kind of understand because Jamaica Football Federation, their job is to get the best players possible and get all of the pool of players for the coach to select from. So I can understand that. But it just not sit right with me. Say somebody will say all of them things about Jamaica, brother. Say him don't want to play. Make that known. Make that clear. And no, because you can't find a club. See? Because you can't find a club. You played a championship last year and nobody know why you because of your atrocious performances. You go the whole summer. Can't find a football club to play for. And now you are playing in the reserves for some under 23 youth team for Newcastle Football Club. Because Eddie Howe kick you out inside because you're clearly not ready. Because you could cut it out in a championship, so you ever cut it out in a team you want to make top 4. And no team never wants to know you have to play in under 23 until January. Zine? And now is the time when you want to run and forward come to Jamaica, brother. After you say all of that about Jamaica before? No, brother. I'm not depend that, and that is what the video was about. Me no want to see him in the national team. There are 3 British-based players who I no want to see. Every British-based player that comes, I will accept them and I will take them with open arms. But you see, unless one of them do something we not rate. But you see Omari Hutchinson, you see Bailey Cadamarteri, and you see Isaac Hayden, brother, I don't want to see them man in a Jamaica jersey, brother. That me I tell you that. I don't want to see them man.
All right, let me play the video then. I got you back earlier.
Today,
when I'm not really interested in playing for Jamaica, I said, they were like, no, you're not going to play for England because of X, Y, and Z, and come play for Jamaica. We're going to go to the World Cup until I've retired and my legs can't move or whatever it is. I still think I've got a chance. I'd rather put all my eggs in one basket and do everything I possibly can. Even if I don't make it, I don't play for England. At least I can say, listen, I did everything that I could do to play for England. I stuck to my morals in terms of that situation, and that's what I wanted to do. I can say I've played in the World Cup, and after that, done that. I wouldn't play for them again. I can't be bothered now to fly every international break to Jamaica.
Today, Jamaica and the England squad approach you.
Yeah.
And they come together, they both offer you an amazing opportunity to play for the country.
Yes.
Who are you choosing?
England.
Jamaica and the England squad approach you.
Yeah.
And they come together, they both offer you an amazing opportunity to play for the country.
Yes.
Who are you choosing?
England. So that's funny enough, it's a good question, because Jamaica did approach me. They've approached me for 2 years. So I said it was 2 years ago that they spoke to me and wanted me to obviously get a Jamaican passport and play for Jamaica. And I said I'll say the same thing now as what I said to them when they asked me, is that whether people want to accept it or not, is that I've always said I wanted to play for England. I still have that dream now. I think for me, I have the mentality that everything's possible. Nothing's impossible. Until I've retired and my legs can't move or whatever it is, I still think I've got a chance. So in my head, even though at the moment I'm miles away from playing for England, in my head I still believe that I've got a chance, because I have the firm mentality that nothing's impossible. So that's what I said to them. They were like, no, you're not going to play for England because of X, Y, and Z, and come and play for Jamaica. We're going to go to the World Cup. This was what the pitch was. We've got loads of players joining now. I think there was Ravel Morrison, there was Daniel Johnson, who's played with Preston, there was Antonio from West Ham. So there's a few players that were going there to then try and help them get to the World Cup. But I said, listen, if I'm in your team to try and get to the World Cup, that's what my motivation is, to play for Jamaica, to get to the World Cup, to play in the World Cup. That's not what my motivation is to do. My motivation is to go there because I want to go. That's who I want to play for, not just to play in the World Cup. Because in my head, they're wanting me to get to the World Cup. I can say I've played in the World Cup, then after that, done. I wouldn't play for them again. I can't be bothered now to fly every international break to Jamaica. And then I'd be taking out a position from somebody who's desperate to play for Jamaica, almost similar position to me. I want to play for England. Someone else in Jamaica who's given an opportunity to play for their country, that's desperate to play for their country. Yeah, I'm taking it up because I want to play at or potentially play at a World Cup, when I'm not really interested in playing for Jamaica. So I said, I don't want to be that guy. I said, I'd rather put all my eggs in one basket and do everything I possibly can. Even if I don't make it, I don't play for England, at least I can say, listen, I did everything that I could do to play for England. I stuck to my morals in terms of that situation, and that's what I wanted to do, and that's it. And I didn't take up a position to play 5 or 6 or 10 games for Jamaica to get to a World Cup and then say, oh, I've played in the World Cup now and can't be bothered anymore.
Yeah.
So that was that's what I told them. And I think they just went, oh, okay. And then that was it.
Yeah. Because I saw here that you've played for under 16s, under 18s, all the way up until
every single age group,
under 21.
Unbelievable.
And it's the last box that you want to tick.
16s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 20s, 21s, every single age group, but the first team. And that's almost why I said I am very true to. I could have played for Jamaica way before this if I wanted to, or people might think, oh, you can't play for England now, so you joined Jamaica, but. I don't think that's right, because I'd be doing it for the wrong reasons, and that's not what I'm here to do. I want to play for England, and I still think I've got a chance, so why not go for it?
Yeah, because this article, I didn't actually write down a reference, which is unlike me, but in 2019, this article said that you actually expressed that you wanted to play for Jamaica.
Yeah.
Now, I know that's probably a journalist and I was thinking, hang on a minute, you've played for England all the way up until the under 21s, and I was going to go like, been a traitor now to us or what?
Yeah, no. That whole scenario was quite funny when it came out, because it even people have said to me is that it doesn't make any sense, because why would I ask them to play for Jamaica? Like you said, I paid for all the England age groups. So I was only 20, must have been 24, 25 maybe. So why would I give up that opportunity at 24 when I've still got so many years ahead of me in my career? I'm still playing in the Premier League. Why would I give that up to play for Jamaica. It doesn't make any sense. You know, they messaged me and they said, "Oh, we want to." I said, "Listen, not the right time. You know, if you want to get in contact with my agent or whatever, then just do it that way." So then I don't know if they misconstrued that as being I'm asking them to if I can play. I don't know. But anyway, it was just one of those things where, yeah, a bit blown out of proportion. But at the end of the day, I told them, I explained to them the situation, and I stuck to my guns, and that's that. And I said, I've not really heard anything back since, so I think that's dead in the water.
All right, so I'm gonna run up on this first. I'm gonna go for Steve McClaren first of all, people, isn't me? Because initially, when Steve McClaren was appointed as the coach of the national team, I was questioning the appointment of the guy, right? But so far, so good. You know, him do good for himself so far in terms of like him selection of the squad and the results, right? But on numerous occasions, I've heard Steve McClaren state that players should be playing or they should be getting minutes at their club, and I'm assuming at the highest level for whichever respective team or league them playing. You get me? I say, he talked about Michael Hector. Which other player did mention Dicanio about minutes?
John Russell.
John Russell, and maybe one more player we're missing, right? When that talk about say them need to play minutes at them football club, whatever the case is, right? Cephas at the time, Cephas never did get much minutes at the club in Turkey, and then him did leave him out of the first window, and him did explain why, and then him say, oh, you know, Cephas need to get him situation started, whatever the case is, So he has made that clear on different occasions about playing at your club and getting minutes, right? Now, I'm looking at a player like Isaac Hayden, who I'm not going to deny the quality of the guy, but he's at the age of what? 28, 29, 27, 28, 29, somewhere around this, all right? And he's playing with the reserve team of Newcastle. And you tell me, say, based on merit, Steve McClaren for the November window go pick Isaac Hayden. Now, with that being said, it sounds to me like, you know, the coach is contradicting himself. It also seems to me that a friend thing selecting at the national team, a friend thing I do it at the national team, you see me? Because obviously Isaac Hayden and Steve McClaren, they know each other due to the fact that Steve McClaren was at Newcastle at one point in time, and Isaac Hayden was there, so they have a relationship of some sort, right? So to me, coming like a friend thing at this moment in time. Now, in terms of Isaac Hayden, people, him say enough things in another interview there, whatever the case is. My main issue with Isaac Hayden is that the man saying put him eggs in a one basket with England, and him want to say, yo, when all is said and done, him give him best, even if him not play for England, right? Now, the next thing what Isaac Hayden say, in the interview as well, where he kind of rubbed me the wrong way, is about his motivation, right? Now, if your motivation is not surrounding the World Cup and playing for Jamaica because you just don't feel like you have an inclination of playing for Jamaica, why is it that you're coming to play for Jamaica now? And the last point for me, before I hand it over to Dicanio, is that at this moment in time, yes, he's contracted to Newcastle, but last season when Isaac Hayden played football in the Championship and in the Jupiter Pro League, he never want to come play for Jamaica last season, and Jaime Argrimson was at Jamaica at that moment in time. But as soon as him now have a club right now and playing first team football, he rocks up in Jamaica, starting out his passport, want to play for Jamaica. I'm going to rate them thing the people. And if you are going to make it, sometimes people brandish people as England reject, but if anybody's a true England reject, it is Isaac Hayden. I mean, I tell about me talk around Isaac Hayden. You get me? I say, go through.
Yeah, and it's a fact. I said it today in my video. I do not call any of the British-based players England reject. Not even Omari Hutchinson. Not even Bailey Cadamartri. I'm not call him that. We diss them, you know, but I'm not call him England reject. The first person I call England reject is this brother. Because it is so clear to see. Now, don't pull up this comment. Gunners, the man didn't want to play because he didn't have the motivation outside of World Cup. Now he is coming to play in the Nations League. Doesn't that suggest his mindset has changed? And no. I don't want for I'm not disrespecting when you say this. I just sum it up. I'm blunt, you see me? But I think that you are gullible. This guy, literally, he said it in that interview a while ago too. That Jamaica contacted him. And he just never see the reason why he didn't need to play for Jamaica. If he was young, he could have played for England. So, yeah, in basically I say, well, when we get old, if I play for England, then yeah, I can fall come play for no. That's basically what I must say. No, why do we want players like that? Representing the national team and something where it's honor anymore. When an England player put on a shirt and them do an interview, the first thing them talk about is how they're honored to play for the country. Why are we accepting this? I know we need a defensive midfielder. I feel like I love football, brother. I love go sit down and watch Jamaica. All when I spend my money go sit down and watch Jamaica, I buy a ticket for much people, I'm still go watch Jamaica football match just because I just love watch football. I just love watch the country. All when we are play like shit, I still go watch it. So don't feel like I don't know say we need a defensive midfielder. But that no mean say I gotta just sit down and just make a man just come use it for opportunistic reasons, brother. Come on. The man now play football, he play in a reserves team. Someone not talk about him have a good season at QPR. Then why they never get him? Why other teams never get him? Why him couldn't find a team in Europe? Why you there play reserves football until January? Why you have all summer to find a team and you not play professional football? Why Eddie Howe kick him out of the Newcastle team because he's not ready and him can't make Newcastle side? Brother, and stop move like on a gullible, brother, and look at the facts. He's not playing professional football. A 29-year-old midfielder that has played for Arsenal Football Club, that has played for Newcastle United, and him can't even find a club after he had a quote-unquote good season with QPR. Why you cannot find a football club? Why are you not playing professional football right now? Why you go through the whole summer you can't find a team? Why you play reserves football with the under-21s? Look at the reality of the situation, brother. This guy finally say, and finally somebody come him in his side and make him know say I want big idiot and I need to go find something to do with the rest of his career. Zine, and him finally decide and finally wake up to the fact say Angel Gomez, they in a England team, Declan Rice, they in a England team, Kobe Mainoo, they man in a England team. The whole of them Adam Wharton, we can't ever get picked and all the over him. And him finally come to the realization that he cannot play for England. And now him take up himself that him don't have no club. Nations League is coming around. We're going to play quarterfinals. All of those stuff. It is so opportune for him to come and represent the country now. Put in a few good performances. Play his best game on the international stage where all eyes will be looking. And that will bolster his career options. In January, forget a club. It is so evident. When you hear what everything he said in that interview, when you listen to that, and you look at the situation that he's in right now, you are really going to look at me, Ron Artes, and tell me that his mindset changed? The mindset not changed, yes, brother. You see, like how Jesus Christ living on earth was a living manifestation of God. This guy is a living physical manifestation of the word England reject. He's the bodily. Yo, brother, this man is the embodiment of what an England reject is, brother. I've never called anybody else an England reject who is British based in this team. If you don't find that, you don't hang me now. But you see that the brother there, he is the embodiment of an England reject, brother. I'm gonna take back that dog. You don't need to have pride and have shame. No matter just because you need something that means say you go run and go get somebody with this yo and use out. And when nobody know give them the analogy where you use to the presser. See, yeah, chase a girl for years, and the girl like this yo, and go get run through by how much man, and she finally know that no man no want her in a prime age, no man no want her. She finally come to you and say you're her, and you just take her up. So you would be a big idiot, brother. That me and try to tell you that. Go through presser.
And let me say this, people. All right, on the sec, I never watch Isaac Hayden last season. No reason to, right? But on the same have a good season with QPR. Listen, to me, if Calvin Phillips were upon big wages, a City can find a club, then I don't see the reason why as to why Isaac Hayden couldn't find a club for the start of the season. And you know, I don't really want brand coach Steve McClaren with no name, but I keep a keen eye upon him because at the end of the day, this man has stated that you need fair play minutes, rare. And Isaac Hayden at this moment in time is not playing any minutes. You see me? And under this new leadership, he has stated again that you need to be playing minutes to get into the national team. And I like how I agree, so I go pick like a Dixie from same did the Charlton still. Well, he's at Charlton now, but and I like same I go pick like a whisper from Chelsea under 21. So I get me as a Dicanio, I man when I really have a club like that. You know, this is new leadership under coach Steve McClaren, and he's the one that stated that the man need fair play minutes before them can get into the team. And I just feel like so due to the fact that them share a close relationship from when Steve was at Newcastle. It's just a friend thing at this moment in time in terms of his inclusion in the national team. Now, as I said, people, I'm not denying the quality of Isaac Hayden, but I find it, you know, listen, people, I have pride, and I think we kind of, not kind of thing. I know some patriotic surrounding my country, and if I want to make it clear, say, you don't want to play for Jamaica, rare, then him saying put him eggs in one basket, then you lay in your bed, then, you know, you don't make your bed, you lay in it. You get me, I say, and I'm not really friendly for no player still, because that's just me, you know, like, these players will come for Jamaica. I'm not run back at them for come play for Jamaica. Them play. But Isaac Hayden is one player. Omari and Bailey Kadamatier. I don't want to see them when they play for Jamaica. Is it me I say?
Yeah, brother. No jokes. So Shadow Strike that he can find that team relax. So why not have one? You talk about wages. If a player really depends certain amount of wages, we see it all the time. If you want to play football and if you can really find a club, Newcastle will split the wages with a team. Wages is no issue because at the end of the day, Newcastle has to pay the wages them when they're on right now. So that wages thing where you bring up is rubbish because Newcastle will be saving themselves a whole lot of money if they split the wages and allow the championship team to pay what they can play so that he could be allowed to play football. They would be paying less wages and everybody would have worked out for everyone. So don't come bring this wages card when they're on high wages and championship team can't afford that because at the end of the day, when Premier League players have got on to championship teams, them normally split wages anyway. The championship team pays what they can afford and the Premier League team will cover the rest. So don't come tell me say about wages was an issue. Look on him wages. That is just stupid, brother.
And you know the thing with Isaac Hayden saying at the interview is that basically until him legs them stop working, him always go try for England. Now that him look like him stop try for England, I guess him legs stop working. Now that him come play for Jamaica, is it me I say?
All the things that maybe that said before. No pride, no be down and not a shame. The man literally look pound and tell no say yo, a man can't be bothered to fly go down to play for Jamaica on an international break if it's not a World Cup him a play. But don't have because shame the dog. Jamaica must can find a demon out there. The man is not the world beater. How heap of demon out there Jamaica can find, brother.
Well, him would have been a world beater for Jamaica still. Trust
brother,
me.
The man no world beater, brother.
No, for Jamaica team, me feel like him could have had some because he's of that quality. You get me? I say
not be biased because you know I say I'm biased. Yet he could add something to the team. If you know I'm to say that, he must say that. Dicanio Tomlinson, CEO of Gunners, has said Isaac Hayden can add something to this team. But at the end of the day, I'm not care, brother. I'm not have shame, dog. Have shame, brother. I so well I want to get some things reach on the dog. I'm not shame and I'm frightened for people, dog. Have some respect for the country, dog. When a man come out and say him now can put out him all for Jamaica can mind upon England, brother. Where you want to accept that, the brother, for? I'm going to see a man bring up something, bring up a comment. Don't start talking. Because I'm shameless, you know, brother, and I know I'm staying, I'm not afraid to talk, you know. One man bring up a comment and say, if him come and him play well for Jamaica, me I go celebrate. Of course, me I go celebrate. No, my country me I celebrate for. So if him come and score a last-minute header against the United States of America and Jamaica win for November the 14th, of course, me I go jump up and celebrate. That no means I'm going to rate him. So what do you want to say? Why else do you have to say about that? If him come and him score all a brace and two header back-to-back, 2 last-minute goal, me I celebrate the two of them, they shameless. I'm still a come on YouTube and say I'm going to rate him. That me I tell you, brother, because at Jamaica I love, me no love man. That me I tell you.
But the way me see people, I feel like there should be at least some form of patriotism surrounding your country and the love. I mean, not everybody will watch this love Jamaica. You get me? I say, and you know, obviously, Isaac Hayden was born in England. I'm not take nothing away from him in terms of like him wanting to play for England. But at the end of the day, like it just seems weird that when him not playing a first team football, him find it fitting for come on Jamaica now, for play for Jamaica, and then Steve McClaren on the other hand is pushing this through despite the man not playing first team football. Is it me I say, and me really rate them thing there. Is it me I say, me really rate them thing there. As we see with Isaac Hayden, I deny the quality that the guy is as a player. You know, what some highlights and thing of him, and you know, in terms of his interceptions, you know, his passing, he's a good cross off the ball as well. He can really cross the ball.
Some of them say too. Some of them talk about Damian Lowe, say him not ready, but him play with heart. When me I dis up Damian Lowe and I say I don't want Damian Lowe for fart, but now I say enough there in the squad, you know, but I say I don't want him to start. Enough of them say, all right, he might not good, but him play with heart. So what the heart there with Isaac Hayden? If you don't want players on the field where you play with heart, you want to change up on the mode when it comes to Isaac Hayden. We clearly say it and clearly show it. Say if he might come to play for Jamaica, he not going to be playing with heart. If a man can say that all the time on a mouth, brother, you know, sister, even you not contradict yourself. You don't like Damian Lowe and want Damian Lowe because you want to play with him heart. No, a player is going to come here. We clearly not going to be playing with him heart. And he's playing for different reasons. And I still want the man, brother, on his set of meat right there in the youth. Yo, go through, sir.
Yeah, and thing with like people mention Liam Bailey, but people, the difference with Bailey and Isaac Hayden. Bailey is Jamaican, you see me? Bailey born
local, brother.
Yeah, you see me? So it's like my view Bailey closer to me compared to like a Isaac Hayden. Like, let's be honest, people. Isaac Hayden is a born Englishman. Even if Isaac Hayden get him Jamaican passport, yes, we're going to refer to him as a Jamaican international, but he's just not a yard man, brother. You get me? I say, I saw me see it with Isaac Hayden and some of these players. He's just not a yard man. So how me view a player like Leon Bailey is different to how me view Isaac Hayden or somebody else outside of Jamaica whenever born in the country. You see me? I say, and with vast majority of these players who play for Jamaica, the difference with them is at least them say, you know what, more play for England, but them not really go to the lens like what Isaac Hayden doing at the interview and say certain things like that. You get me? I say,
bro, I watch him. I'm gonna come on next thing too. A lot of people are saying them born Jamaican, and if them did pick up the chance to play with England, them would have played for England over Jamaica. I do have a problem with that. But if that is your choice, and you come out publicly and belittle Jamaica with that choice, then you make your bed, line it. That is how I see it. You make your bed, line it. Don't come back around when you say, and a lot of people remember when Mikel Antonio did father Jamaica and old age, and everybody there this up Mikel Antonio. No for them never know say he wanted to play for Jamaica in the beginning. Right? A lot of them now follow football. Mikel Antonio did want to play for Jamaica in the beginning. When Winfried Schaefer and them managed the boat, and Schaefer them never want him. And he build up himself, come out of the championship, move from Paris, go West Ham, and build up himself and turn to this wicked Premier League striker. Where England themselves call up the man in player friendly. Zine, and he was supposed to either go on a big competition. Remember which competition he did for go? And he got injured right before that competition, and so come him never get to make that England team. He was prime, set, and placed to make that England team where he would have been captain, right? And after that, he was clearly not going to make the England team because a whole lot of strikers has passed him in the pecking order. And JFF go back to him and say, yo, and him say, all right, move forward. But I have a problem with that. That is not an England reject. Because when he did dead on the low, he did want to play for Jamaica, brother. And will build up himself, and Jamaica this thing never want to select him. Zine, a man like that is not a reject, brother.
And even Isaac Hayden, remember, I know, Isaac.
Hold on one second, finish. But then when you have a brother, dog, and you can share that thought that Isaac Hayden had, but do not come out and say it publicly, brother. Don't come out and certain things. When interviewer pose a question like that to you, Zine, if you really have any sort of thing in your mind, say you don't want to play for Jamaica, you would have given them a political answer. But this brother never even respect Jamaica enough to give them a political answer, brother. This brother just say, me no want Uno, I need them and you want. So just, you make your bed line it. You see me? And the goal when I celebrate is not going to be for Isaac Hayden. The goal is going to be for Jamaica. So when Isaac Hayden buck out the mesh against America, me I go celebrate that, brother. Me I celebrate that youth. That me I tell you. But enough aim goal me I celebrate. Me I celebrate Jamaica victory. You see me? Me no rate that man and what him do. But did rate him before, and anybody who a true Gunna supporter, watch my video them and hear when I did big him up. Over the months, even up to a few weeks ago, I always big him up because I rate the fact saying they come out and just make it plain say England him want. Unlike some players like Omar Hutchinson. But now I make a full U-turn, so me have to make a full U-turn to me can't rate him no more. And that's how I see it. But the people who don't follow the channel and don't follow me and don't know my thoughts them leading up to this situation. I don't have the bad comments and I go disagree with me and say, brother. But
with Hayden as well, right? As we said, me just not respect him like that in terms of like him playing for Jamaica, because he don't say one play for England, and the man say until him like them people. I want thing one and stop this. Stop say, listen, me might not rate the man, but when I go around and I say the man say when he leg broke, until he leg broke, or the man never say when he leg broke. People, man say when he leg them basically stop work. You see me? I say man never go to the extreme and say when he leg broke. Like no man not go wish they leg broke or whatever the case is, right? Man just say until he legs them stop work. So that's what he said. And as me say, the man make him bed, him lay in him bed. Him not playing a high level of football right now, and all of a sudden he want to come and play for Jamaica. Jean-Pierre made a great comment as well in terms of it sends the wrong message in terms of like you don't have to be playing at the highest level to get selected for the national team. And I believe that the national team to an extent should be selected based on merit. Obviously, you have some players where even though them not play good at them club, they still select them based off of what them do for the national team. You have someone who are just international baller rather than club baller, you still select them. You get me? I say, So there's always going to be that balance. But overall, you still have to have some form of merit in the selection. And if you're going to put it to me that Isaac Hayden, based on merit, deserves to be in this national team leading up to November, I would tell you that is unfair. In the past 2 months, what has Isaac Hayden done for us to say that yes, him deserve for the national team? If Isaac Hayden gets selected come November, then one day select what the boy over UAE name again, Ravel Morrison. If Isaac Hayden gets selected in this national team, one them go select Ravel Morrison and put him in that national team to since Isaac Hayden can just walk in and not play no football. Because Ravel not playing the football either now. When him just start play back football. Hey, I could have kind of league him and play, but I put him in a national team then. You see me I say? If Isaac Hayden get in the national team, put Ravel Morrison in the national team. As some see it, fear is fear. You see me I say? Because Isaac Hayden I play with the reserve. You're 29 playing with the reserves. And I like say injured or anything like that, you know. And people making up the excuse of like, you know, if he was so good for QPR and them did want him back, whatever the case is, and it just never happened, then why no other club never pick him? Why no club in the Premier League, like a newly promoted team, never want Isaac Hayden? I see Ipswich draft Calvin Phillips will never have a good season away some, and he has not been having a good season with Man City in the last couple of seasons, you know, suffering with injuries and the lack of game time. So if them man they can't get move, I see man we're worse now playing the football compared to Isaac Hayden, get moved. So why him couldn't get a move? Like, you know, I just now bite with them people with Isaac Hayden, you know, all of a sudden you want to come play for Jamaica. And as I say, people, I'm not friend if you know baller still. So I'm not go run back at Hayden and say, yo, come play for Jamaica, Ray. You know, sometimes you have to make sacrifices and say, you know what, F it, yeah, man.
And the next thing to before, come on, pull up the comments in my video. And the next thing to where you talk about the game time. Even if we did say more Isaac Hayden for play for the country. Based off what Steve McClaren himself said, he would not merit that call-up, especially in November window, because him simply not playing a football. Him not playing a professional football, him not playing a football, and him don't have no money in the bank or credit in the bank to say, all right, we know saying can do this for Jamaica. Like our Kyle Dixon, every time when him come on, him do something. Right? So him maybe they in an academy a play. When him come on, when him play, him do something. Him have goals for Jamaica as a young player. Right? Him come on other day, him could have win a penalty, him get a shot off. Them little thing there. When him come on a Honduras away, he was in that sequence of play where we go score. Right? So you can call up a man like that way. When him getting chance, him do something. But if him don't ever get a chance to Jamaica, yet and him not play football, you can't call up a man like that, brother. And I am an advocate for John Russell. I'm saying no for not talk, but brother, I watch football at every level. I watch National League football. I know about Green Forest Rovers. The whole of them watch National League football go straight to the Premier League. So you can't tell me why Isaac Hayden did that play, brother. You see me? But know how the whole leagues them show to play, brother. Some watch football, brother. Especially English Premier League football. You see the Premier League pyramid there? I that I grew up to watch, I that I love to watch, brother. You see me? So you can't come tell me about performances that go, because I know. You see me, dog? Yo.
Let me just address this comment no yourself. Let me tell you, to be fair to Isaac Hayden, I have to be fair to the young man. You know, we didn't watch the full interview, and it was a brilliant interview, to be honest, right? But in terms of the situation with his father, I don't think that was the case, because he did talk about his father, and it not seem like there was any like bad blood or any type of like upbringing to him did have with him never have him father, because him states like his father was like successful and how, you know, like a player like would have make it, and like some parents would have asked them for money or whatever the case is, like him that say like, even when he was getting into professional football, him did say like him father say like, what, like more to give me like, if you get a contract of like 25,000 or something like, someone give me like 5% of that. For some reason, did stay. I don't remember the reason. But yeah, in the talk good about him father and thing, and it's not like when him get rich, like him father say, oh son, me need this or whatever, because him same father did kind of create a business or some form or something where like, you know, he kind of grew up in a good home and whatever the case is. So like when him did get rich, him father never like one of things or whatever the case is, you know. So if I'm gonna be fair to him, like, yeah, I'm just address that thing about him father. Come the years, couple people that talk about it, but I think him relationship with him father did good still. Is what I say?
1 second. Let me just pull up this right. Remove the comment there. Yeah, because somebody just said Isaac Hayden, even if he's not playing, this is where he is. Right? Newcastle United Academy. So I don't care if he wants to play for that. This man's a 29-year-old player. He does not have a club. Zine, he does not have a club. That is the point. He not have a football club. He not playing football. What was the reason that Steve McClaren said Michael Hector come out of the team? because he not playing a football and now have a club. See? What was the reason why the man take John Russell out of the team? Because he not playing a football. He have a club, but he not playing a football and not a minutes. So him kick him out of the team. Somebody else come in where I get minutes and where I play football. So even if Isaac Hayden is a part of that roster, you need to go get some minutes before you can come in a national team based off the same logic that the coach himself has. You know, play minutes and you're not a credit in the bank, you're not get called. See? You're not John Russell not a credit in the bank for Jamaica and him not playing minutes, you get kicked and next man forward in. You see me? So even if I were to agree that my Isaac Hayden should be added to the roster, him still would not deserve a call up. He's not a credit in the bank and he is not playing any minutes. And that is a fact. So if we are going for what the coach say, that is a fact. I want to argue with the coach, don't argue with me. Go through person.
Yeah, man, I feel like somebody needs to ask him that question in an express conference on the international break for that's to the inclusion of Isaac Hayden. If he does get selected in that 23-man squad, is me I say I will go play the United States. And the worst thing about it, and I like say I go play like a local Cuba, or we can say, you know, a Cuba, yeah, man. You go play the quarterfinal against the United States with Mauricio Pochettino and this man just walking at the first team, even though we have a problem in the central defensive areas. But still, merit, bro, merit. There's no merit surrounding the selection if he does get selected. And as me say, it's a friend thing from Steve McClaren. And me personally wouldn't rate that if he gets selected based off a friend thing because them have a close relationship. You see me I say? Because when he was playing football last season, because I told one spell him go up on last season, him go one over the Jupiter Pro League and then him did at the championship for the second half of the season, right? At that point in time, Jamaica must have try to get him. And he never want forward when him that play football, bro. So now that him not play football, I know the man want forward and come play for Jamaica. You see me I say? Stick to your guns. You say you put all eggs in one basket, Ray. You don't have an inclination to play for Jamaica because, you know, your motivation is not the World Cup. Then, bro, just stick it out with England, bad man, and me entertain any other foreign baller, but me not entertain Isaac Hayden in this national team, people. I mean, obviously, I will get selected more than likely. And, you know, obviously, I go still watch the national team. I'm not going to make because Isaac Hayden not watch the team. Am I going to cheer for him? Obviously, I want him doing best for the country. Well, then again, even if I want to cheer for him still, because I'm going to waste money, man. So, me see. Yeah, Jamaica, I think we have to have some standards in terms of like some of these players, you know. And the next thing we narrate with some of us as well is like, you know, as soon as an English-based player pop up, it's like, oh, put him in the national team. Yo, I made a statement recently saying that not because you play at the highest level means that you fit the system for any respective national team. You get me, I said, Dicanio? Because missing enough time coaches have players who are good. And the man should be more to the team and people say, yo, why should be more? But guess what? It goes against the coach's philosophy. You get me, I say? A lot of these players that we're calling for to be in the national team, I don't think a lot of them will fit in the system that coach McClaren wants to deploy. You get me, I say? Like, you look on club football example, when Pep did inherit Barcelona, enough man, the man ship on like 8 of them people, you see me, I say? And them man, they did still world class at that time. And people say, why? But Pep, they just have a different philosophy. And if he continued to play with those players, he would be going against the grain of what he wants to do as a coach. You see me, I say? I see man call for Ian Free. I see man call for man down in Netherlands. I see man call for Mothersil and Ray. Like, how we know say the coach even wants some of these players, bro? A lot of the time, some of these players don't get selected. But to be fair, you have someone in the national team who don't get selected because there's no merit surrounding them selection. I'm sorry to say, people, Kahim Dixon is one of those players where me not feel say there's no merit surrounding his selection in the national team.
Yes, man. But no merit. Fool, she said.
Hold on, man. You might say.
Accidentally kick you out.
Yeah, you know. You might say, oh, when he play for the national team, him not the boy. But me I say, hold on. But I'm saying he's not selected based on merit, based on his club form. Also, when Jamaica initially selected Whisper was not selected based off merit. You see me? So the thing with Jamaica where we go wrong or the federation are
Junior selected based off merit?
No, I don't feel so.
Exactly.
So what you know?
I ain't call Adrian Reed Jr.
All right, so what you know? This is where.
That's been a theme during that Halgrim's period for bringing.
So what you know? This is where Isaac Hayden gets a leeway.
When the Mount Pleasant youth, Campbell. Devontae Campbell. Remember that man get called up to, was that based off merit? No. But there was always that spot in the national team. So this has nothing to do with Karim Dixon or Dujan Mr. Richards. There was Devontae Campbell, right? There was Adrian Reed Jr. There was always that type of spot in the team under Jaime Hallgrimsson, right? No, they got that chance, and when they got that chance, they built credit in the bank. Whisper had good performances before him injury. Him scored a goal. Dixon even better, scored goals and had good performances. Every time that brother come on the field, him do something. Him get the fans up, right? So even if you're not playing for your club, you have credit in the bank when you play for Jamaica, which means you deserve your selection. It's the same thing that happened to Shamar Nicholson. Shamar Nicholson never did play Jack Shitfield club. But him go last year, being Jamaica's top scorer in the entirety of the year. I think him was close to either top scorer in the Concacaf Nations League or something like that. And he was performing for Jamaica, which means even though nobody has performed for him club, he has credit in the bank for the country, which means he's going to get selected. And national team selection is not only about where you are for your club. If you are performing for the country and every time you show up and you put on those colors, you are perform, then you deserve a call irrespective to whatever you are doing at your club.
Well, at least I Shadow Strike agree upon something that, but Shadow Strike, that's how I see it. I feel the majority of the team right now is selected on merit, because even the selection of Lembikisa against Honduras, me that say, Tavon Gray on merit deserves to start in that game based on what he did against Nicaragua and his club form leading up to his selection as well. You get me? I say Lembikisa is not playing much games, and for the last couple of games, Lembikisa hasn't been performing for the country, but Tavon Gray against Nicaragua did perform, and his club form has been good as well, and that's why it led to his selection. So you play him in the second game at home against Honduras. As we say, back when Whisper did get selected, I know say enough people favorite player, but still there was no merit. Whisper was not playing any form of club football or whatever the case is to get selected in the national team. And I've never seen these things at any other country. Jamaica is probably the only country where unique in terms of we select some baller. Well, you have other countries out there where just not have proper footballers and then just select anybody still. But Jamaica, we have a lot of players out there that we could have selected in some of these positions. You mentioned Shamar Nicholson, even though he never do nothing for him club, him have credit in the bank in terms of what he has done for the national team. You see me, I say, McClaren to a large extent, he kind of balance out in the sense that sometimes him had for him club, whatever the case is, and then, sometimes he perform for Jamaica. So him still have credit in the bank. Demar Gray has credit in the bank as well based on what him do for Jamaica. And not too long ago last season, Demar Gray did score some goals for him club, whatever the case is. So you have some players in the squad that, even if they're not the form, them have credit in the bank, so you still select them. But you also have someone in the team, brother, will not get selected based off of merit. And me believe, you see, if you go select the best 23 man, you select the player them with different form, brother. Obviously, I got one and two player with no different form, but you still select them based off of what them do for the national team. You see me? But bro, when I feel said to a large extent, say Karim Dixon them must stay in our team. If me have a baller in the Premier League where players are right winger, and he have 5 goals and 5 assists at this time in the season, me take him off a Karim Dixon. You can't tell me otherwise, brother. And me and man say, oh, me I watch JT show today. Me and man say, how do man say Dixon better than who? Yeah, I mean, if you remember how the man say Dixon better than brother, I just have to shame it, bro. Like, bro, how would the man say Dixon better than again? I mean, which if you remember, like, he was a top player for the team, I believe. The man said Dixon better than the man, bro. I said, I kind of disrespect this, brother. You can't see season professional football and come size up Dixon with them people there, bro. I'm mad. Oh, what the man name? People, what do you name about the striker you done a championship, I believe, or League One? Remind me in the comment section. What the striker you name again? Not cool. Devante? No. Bro, me just look up the man today now, bro. He played for Barnsley, I believe. And he played for Barnsley with you. Remind me in the comment section. I want to come size up Dixon with them one day. I'm see the man score how much goal with you. Bro, only if you stop size up Dixon them, I mean, I'm gonna come talk about Dixon like look Lamine Yamal. You know the difference with Lamine Yamal and Karim Dixon? Lamine Yamal actually produced goals and assists for Spain, brother. Which me not say Dixon not do nothing for Jamaica, no people. Me not say Dixon not do nothing for Jamaica, no. But I'm saying you do have players out there who are actually performing in respective leagues and playing in the first team of the professional leagues that they're playing compared to Karim Dixon, who is with the under-21s now. Name a country, people. Hold on, people. Name a other country off of the top on head right now where select player from the under-20. We select a player from the under-21. Name one country right now off the top on head.
All the wrong way.
Oh, listen, name a country. Off the top of your head. Hold on. Let me DJ now. Off the top of your head. Name a country. You can just answer my question off the top of your head.
No, brother. You think you can just select players and just depend farm every... Or you going to bring cohesiveness. Or you going to build a squad. We know each other. We've done that before. We'll bring in the best of the best players in the last friggin' qualifiers and we'll play like some piece of shit. What you talk about? We'll bring in the whole like best player them for come bring in. We don't have no continuity. You just chop and change every damn window like you know in a sense, brother. You think that's a football player? You need continuity, brother. So if I'm gonna perform for him country, you gotta pick him kind of perform. If I'm gonna have chemistry with the next man, the two of them then a team because them have chemistry together. That's a football player, brother. We are come talk about bringing everybody where they perform. You just bring in, chop and change. That makes sense, brother?
Bro, you literally, but I said, bro, you're not listening to me. I said that you're gonna have some players.
Whoever they pan farm, if you get selected. And because Dixon they pan farm and him not play, you know, want him selected. A big foolishness that, brother. You can't chop and change, just bring in a man just because I'm good.
So let me ask you a question. So if Jamaica have a ball out there in the Premier League, so let me ask you a question.
You know them one another, you need familiarity.
So let me ask you a question. If Jamaica currently, if Jamaica
Champions League with Mbappe, Messi, and Neymar, no cohesiveness in the so brother.
Yeah, let me ask you a question.
Between the midfield and the attack.
Let me ask you a question. If Jamaica have a player out there right now, right? If Jamaica have a player out there right now, we're in the Premier League or the Championship, we're playing at the same position as Dixon.
They don't stop.
Hold on, I said
foolish. He said that. Speak realistic. Name the player. You talk about if buts and maybe, and that's not the realistic. That's not the reality, brother. If there is a player, then we can talk about it. What there is in the player? Name the player. You can't name the player.
All right. Let me go for other respective position and team. So many people talk about Brandon Cover.
Why is it a conversation? But if a player better, there's no player. If you can find one player, then we have that conversation. But you can't find one player, so we are talking about it for. Dixon deserve him spot. When him play, him do something. Norman Campbell deserve a spot. If you're going to look at who deserves spot right now, Norman Campbell can dip. Cephas can dip before even Dixie dip. And that me I tell you, because Dixie do more for this country than Norman Campbell and Cephas. So you come tell me, say, brother, this is not about getting in feelings, Richard Stewart. The man move like...
So, let me ask you a question, right? You say, let me say this. You said Dixon do more for Jamaica than Cephas and you said Dixon do more for Jamaica than Cephas and Norman Campbell. So, as far as I can remember, Dixon scored against Dominica, right? He missed enough chances in that game there too. When he come on against Honduras, him do a look flick. I did Honduras and he led to a penalty. It was Honduras, right?
Yes,
that game there. So them two game there. We can look on them two game there. Cephas.
Much caps did with Dixon for Jamaica.
Brother, what did Karim Dixon? Hold on, what did Karim Dixon do in the Copa America?
When you line up Karim Dixon, when you line up Ronaldo Cephas, and you line up Norman Campbell, the order of which whatever they have done for Jamaica is Dixon, Cephas, Campbell. So if you're going to look for take out anybody, it's going to be Campbell, Cephas, Dixon. How much goals Dixon have for Jamaica?
How much?
Goals Cephas have for Jamaica. When Cephas got his chances against the America in that semi-final, to get us to the final, what Cephas do?
How much goal Dixon have for Jamaica?
Want to look for it? I know for sure Dixon have more goals than Cephas and Norman Campbell.
How much goal?
Want to go check.
So tell me, no brother, you know the figures, so tell me.
Remember.
Which do you remember Dixon scoring now? Since Dixon has represented Jamaica, name the game he scored now.
Dixon scoring Trinidad. Dixon scoring Dominica. And there are other games. You know what, I'm going to Google right now, go type it in. Come on, talk about top of me.
So I think about 2 goals. A 2 goal him score, right?
Me know say Dixon have more goal than Cephas. How much goal Cephas have?
About 2 goals Dixon for Jamaica. Trinidad and Dominica.
More influence in the games that he's played than both Cephas.
You think Dixon have more people? Yeah, hear this man. The man same thing more Dixon have more influence over the game
in
than
the games. No, don't switch up on me say. In the games that we have seen, all 3 of them play. Who has had a bigger impact on this national team? Cephas, Dixon, or Norman Campbell? The order is Dixon, Cephas and Norman Campbell. When you talk about the games that have been played so far. If you are talking
Cephas over Dixon still.
No, don't switch up my words. If you're going to talk about potential and what they can do, then the order is Cephas, Dixon, and Norman Campbell. But we have not seen enough of Dixon in these national team colours, and he has not outperformed Dixon as yet. So based off what we have seen, Dixon is number 1, Cephas is number 2, and Norman Campbell is number 3.
May I put Cephas over Dixon? I feel like Cephas to an extent have more contribution to the country.
We're talking about potential. We're talking about what has been done. What am I just saying? Say potential, then Cephas is first. I just said that, so why I reiterate what I say? I'm talking about what the three players have done for this country so far. Dixon has done more. Dixon has showed more.
I disagree still.
That is a fact. Does Dixon realistically have the potential or ability to be better than Cephas? Only time will tell. I would not say that. I think Cephas has bigger potential right now. Right? However, based on what we have seen, Dixon is leading the race. So if we should take out any winger, quote unquote, make we use your analogy. If there was a star winger in the championship, we want to bring in a national team. I'll be looking to take out Norman Campbell before I'm going to look to take out Dixon. Why you not talk about that? Does Norman Campbell deserve a spot in the team over Kaim Dixon? No. So why is your case on Kaim Dixon? Why is your case?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Big up yourself, Mikey.
Yes. Well, I think that Cephas have more influence on the game than Dixon because Dixon got a whole lot of chance in the Dominica game and miss. Cephas have in the game against Panama. Him have an assist, right? It's a Panama game, right? Where him set up Bowser. Cephas has more influence on the game that he has played in, except for one, which I think is the only one game he never played good in. But the other, even the last game he played, him, although Kaim Dixon take the only shot, Cephas make 2 cross into the box that didn't come to anything. When he beat the guy down the left side, you remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I did say at the start that in terms of my evaluation and like the good performance, despite the fact he never played the whole game, I think he came on and it was a positive light in the game against
Both of them were positive in the last game, but I think Cephas has offered more coming on because he has played less so far, I think, than Dick. No, maybe play a little more than Dick. Dixon started in one game down in Dominica. That's the only game Dixon start. So to me, it's Cephas, Dixon, then Campbell. Campbell, apart from the move he make against Honduras, he haven't showed anything yet.
Yeah, the game against Cuba was a bit of a rough game for him at the stadium. But
Mike, I think what we can agree on though, as what Presser was saying, if one player should come out of that 3, wouldn't it be Norman Campbell? Based on performances.
If you're going to leave a player out to be Norman Campbell.
Exactly. So that's what I was heading to. Why is Presser focusing his attention on Dixon? If a player was to be a star winger that is going to be in this team, why are you focusing your attention on Dixon when it is clear who that player would be that is going to come
Mikey,
out of
you know, I may focus my attention upon Dixon. Jamaica is the only country I know where I play another under 21 for one club and I select them compared to senior man who I play in their respective league and actually they're good.
That is false. And every time you say this, I'm bring up the mention of how much Arsenal players they play under 21s, we play for them country. Marcelo Flores, when he was in under 21s, he was playing for Mexico. Literally good match of Mexico against Jamaica, and he was there on the bench and he came on and he was playing under 21.
Yes, let me answer a question now. Which position he play?
A winger. At the same
how much better of a talent is he compared to Dixon?
No, don't tell me. We don't know right now.
No, but if you have a Mbappe like talent, hold on. If you have a Mbappe like talent, hold on. If you have a Mbappe like talent, hold on, man. Hold on, no, but Dicanio, if you have a
Mbappe like talent, so do not use that in comparison.
Mikey,
Marcelo Flores right now, which club in there? Which club in there? The man barely there. If him not the 3rd division of Spain, in the 2nd division of Mexico. And that is the level of player that was playing in Arsenal under 21 and was playing for Mexico at the time. Whether you have an agenda against Dixon, just say that there are many players out there in under 21 football that are playing for the national team. Karl Hein, when he was playing under 21s in Arsenal team, was his first choice goalkeeper for Estonia. There are so many players out there.
Estonia football
There are so
country.
many players out there that play under 21
Yeah,
football.
come give me Estonia.
National team. So why you going to go there and say you never seen that? I bet you don't say about football.
Mikey got you.
Well, if I was picking a Jamaica squad based on what's available to Jamaica right now, and you need a backup winger for Bailey and a backup winger for Damari Gray, those two wingers would be Dixon and Cephas. Backup, right? Based on what we have now. Right? So that's why I look at it. If somebody else come from somewhere in the future, maybe one of them or two of them may drop out. But right now, that's what, because every time this come up on the field, and also Cephas, the game look them more aggressive than how what name Gray need to get aggressive again. Him kind of going a dull drum right now, and him need to get back to him aggressive self and start beat people like the coach want him beat people down. Your coach say that he wants somebody to be aggressive and take on the wing backs, and Gray not doing it. So right now, the four best wingers Jamaica have right now is Dixon, Bailey, Gray, and Cephas.
Bailey based off a name, right?
Come on, dog.
Bailey based off a name.
Come on.
No, but it has to be named because a large percentage of the fan base.
Listen to me now. It's what I'm. Yeah.
A large majority of the fan. Yeah.
It's a Bailey. Just him name alone. Him name and his prestige alone. When him on the field, him attract attention.
Of course.
When you hear any team we're going to play against, I hear them sports star, the first name they mention is Bailey. That means him going to get extra attention. So therefore him taking two players with him most times. So it's
another thing as well. You know the reason why Damari Gray is not performing to the best right now is because of Leon Bailey.
Bailey's not on the field.
And it is evident when it was Damari Gray, Leon Bailey, and Mikel Antonio up top, teams did not know what to do. Because if you try do it on one end, the next end can kill you. We don't have that double threat on both sides right now. So we are seeing all of the pressure come down on Damari Gray. Just like how all of the pressure was coming down on Leon Bailey when Damari Gray never there. Right? And the moment that Damari Gray and Leon Bailey started playing together, you saw the best attacking football Jamaica was
it's
playing.
Just like Messi. I'm not saying I'm not trying Messi and Bailey in the same category now, but if Messi foot broke him on the field, him will attract attention. Him take away from him cause problem for the defense. Just being on the field. Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
It's tactics,
so we need Bailey on the field. For us to beat the US, we need Bailey and
you break up, Mikey. You still there? Mikey. Persa, you hear me?
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going with Mikey. Mikey, your mic now work right, bro.
My mic, I go in and out.
Yeah, you're good now. You're good now.
Hold on. Let me change position. Maybe it's where I am.
You're good now. Why?
Yeah, I think it's where I am.
But you're good now still.
Yeah, I say when you have Mikel Antonio, Bailey, and Gray on the field, it causes defense Concacaf problems. They don't know what to. But you see, we can find a midfielder who can feed them the ball in a position where they want it. The two wing of them, we can dominate any team. You understand me? We just need a
midfielder. And that's where, to me, to an extent, Isaac Hayden comes in because he have a good passing range. It's just that me just kind of lean more to the side of him not playing for Jamaica due to the interview. You know.
No, well, you say to me was honest. All right, I'll give you an example. We're in my family. My daughter used to play basketball. And when she was in high school, and Jamaica had under 19 team, I said to her, "Well, would you play with Jamaica?" She told me no, because she's American. But then now, when she went to college, I said to her, "Would you play for Jamaica?" No, she said yes, because I'm a Jamaican. People mind change after a while, because she get older. She considers herself a Jamaican no more than American. You understand me? So the man make a statement 4 or 5 years ago. Or
not so long.
Well, 2 years ago. Listen, you remember, you know.
Man, I'm 29. Come on, you must know you want to do their career when you are 27-year-old. When you are 28-year-old, you know what you want to do their career by then. And I respect your daughter. Your daughter young. In our young age, we can understand that. But come on, man, a 27, 28-year-old man knows full well why he wants to give him international career. May I tell you that?
Well, you see, him first choice, if you ask a Jamaican, right, that come to this country, I live in America, right, and him playing well football or whatever sport, and the man ask him, which country you going to represent? He must say Jamaica. He might tell American, man, he represent Jamaica. But then maybe later on, Jamaica don't pick him, and him change his mind, and go represent US. Look at the guy.
The Antonio situation.
Yeah, look on the guy. What's his name? They play with Canada. Hoylett. You remember the one playing for Canada?
Boy, I see it different still with the Hayden situation. I welcome every other baller, but boy, Hayden still.
We don't really have much more to say for the show. Still,
Mikey still about?
Mikey, break up. Look at Mikey deep. We are trying to get in some more callers, but that's really it for the show. Right now, I'm tired. Want to go like Chung. Malcolm. See what Malcolm have to say.
Night.
Why pray?
Yeah, so as it pertains to the discussion with Kaim Dixon, Cephas, and Normal Campbell, it is evident as it pertains to the national team performance that Dixon has been effective. You know, as a young man, I've always heard about the 1998 World Cup. You know, I've never seen Jamaica been at a World Cup, right? And I did some research today. I'm not sure if it's accurate, you know, as it pertains to the 1998 World Cup. Like Jamaica, based on information that I saw, it said that Jamaica got 5 from Argentina, 3-1 from Croatia, and we beat Japan 1-0. I'm not sure if that's accurate. That's what I saw.
I think that's accurate.
Yeah, that's what I saw on Google. And when I look at it, I'm like, wait, was this what people was, creating all this big excitement about? Like Jamaica was this big, indestructible team that went through and did all these good things. So I realized from that point, we haven't really seen a creative side of Jamaica. And in the years going forward, realize that Jamaica has been playing the worst and the most boring football. I'm not telling a lie. Remember me, I pick the youth, and me I watch the match, and only thing Jamaica doing at the match, I kick the ball far out, and when they get a chance to strike, is that the ball I go way over the crossbar. Me I say, what kind of something this? You get me? I say, now in recent years, we can see where Jamaican football has become more exciting, and with the likes of with the likes of Leon Bailey and not current Demar Gray or Bobby Reid. But then a little bit, probably 4 years ago or so, when they used to play a little more exciting football, it's like they create this excitement about the game. Now we have the likes of Kaim Dixon in the squad. And we have so much person with big names as it pertains to European players and so on. And at the same time, on a national scale, they're not doing nothing for the side. You get me? I understand what you're saying from a club perspective that Dixon haven't really done anything. But at the same time, he's young. He's like 19, 20. And in the same breath, we have to give him, we have to give him his flowers because he's made the transition from Jamaican football to European football. He's making transition just like Dejan and Richard. You get me? And Leon Bailey. He's making transition. The other day, the national team coach, he made a statement pertaining to Dixon, saying how promising he looks and that he's a good talent for the national team. And we're seeing it time in and time out. We're seeing it under the past coach, Imir, when we were in Copa America and Jamaica was doing nothing. We're talking about what is his name, the striker, Mikel Antonio. Everybody on the field, they're literally doing nothing. Can't pass 2 ball good. The defense, then can't pass 2 ball, 3 ball good to save their life. So 1, 2, and instead of them build up a little energy, a little rhythm, I'm gonna strike out the ball far out, long pass, and going nowhere. You get me? I say. And then when Dixon come on the field and see us, it creates some excitement in the game. It make it jump up and say, yes, Dixon get a strike. See if us come on and do him thing. And I see where these two you look promising, and I say, yo, in a long while, I never watch a Jamaica match. And I see the two you them, man. I look on the team and I say, yo, this team of hope. And we see where in the other matches where they didn't start them, and we see where we get the same result. And whenever they come on, it's like they put on something on the field, they put on a promise. It's like you can say the man they're hungry. So where person I gotta tell me, say, they not to start Kaim Dixon and start Cephas. It'll be a joke. And the host say, as it pertains to Denmark here with Leon Bailey, yeah. That kind of obvious say, yo, them play good together, but at the present moment, Denmark really and truly him not play good. Now last match, I tell you, the man going at the box, and the man, instead of the man pass the ball or take the strike, it's like the man hold up the game, hold up the ball, and I say, yo, what do we do? And when the man finally do take a strike, the man sky ball, and I say, Jesus. You get me? I say, now when Cephas come up on the field, about 3 of them go down there, bam, 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 bam.
What I will say with Dixon, when offer differently compared to the senior players, is that, you look on like club football, for example, and you have a club like United, where the senior player, them like Rashford, now do nothing, and you have a youngster will come on and him just free spirited and him just take the ball and just do something with it. You get me? I say, even though he's not like the polished player, so I think Dixon is kind of that player where him come on, him take the only shot of the game basically. That was close to being on target, and he excite people, because I say, yo, we want to see some shot take after the goal,
Like Jamaican people need that, don't you agree? I agree. We tired of football. Brother, you see if we are gonna lose, at least do it in decency, do it with a fight. That's where me stand. All my life, me grew up and me watch Jamaican football. Boring. That's why that's why they find it so difficult to fill the stadium. People are excited about it. When they do that, and people become more passionate. Like Kaim Dixon, I do agree that he's young and that he's hungry. But not just that. I believe he has talent. Like I've watched some of his highlights on YouTube. This dude have talent. Yeah.
No, I definitely believe him have talent, But just I say like I don't believe like some part of the squad is being selected based on merit,
Yeah. Yeah. But when alright. Look at I don't want to say Germany. Look at Switzerland, for instance. Look at Switzerland, for instance. Like they've been using the same side a couple years well. And in the last installment of the World Cup, we saw where they were able to put on a good performance. It's like the player them they know one another. You get me? I say. So
you need continuity in football.
Yeah, they need that. Like, I'm not gonna kill Dixon, and even if me hear a person say, all right, they might want to replace Dixon, but who they might replace him with, and who come on the field and give us that excitement and that flair. You see, Dixon is like him hungry for him chance, yo. I mean, I don't know if because other person they know so they must start, why them not play so hungry. But Dixon come on the field and at least I try strike a ball. Now last game, brother, when the man strike the ball, they literally could feel the relief of the fans. It's like the fans must say, whoa, wait, that goal? Oh no, it's a miss. So it's like him bring
the entire game. Dixie is the only player get the whole fans off of them foot.
Yeah, I also want to say this before I leave though. To be fair, the Jamaican team, they have a lot of potential. I don't want to be the person who are gonna beat them because I see potential in the team. And I think what they need is they need to gel together. In the Nicaragua game, if we're being fair, it's only because we win why we're not, highlighting the flaws in that match. But Jamaica did not play the best of football in that game.
Against Honduras?
No man, Nicaragua.
Yeah.
So the passing, it was crappy at time. Yeah, man, the passing was not good. And what I saw in the match, because
it's an away game. It was always going to be a tight game.
Yeah, man. I was watching and I was analyzing some things. And I saw it's like in the game, after making some crappy passes, it's like when they saw that Maggie was making some good transition pass, what they did is like the midfield felt more composed and it's like they start hold back the ball and then just relax and bounce it, build a chemistry. And when they did that, the game it was flowing so good. You get me? And as soon as Maggie came off the field, we saw where it the whole midfield was shambles. There was no transition play. You get me? So I believe that they need to relax, need to have more composure, be determined and hungry. Just have that attitude because they can do it. I believe in them. They can do it. But them have to believe in themselves, and they can't, feel so nervous that, they're gonna panic and make a mistake. You have to be hungry for it, man. In the last match, we saw where Tyreek Maggie never played the best of matches. Casey Palmer on the other hand was a bit inconsistent because we saw where it looked promising in some efforts, and in some efforts, it was not that good. But yeah. So we have a lot of room for improvement. They have the talent, can do it. You know? So they just have to, encourage themselves.
No, definitely,
attitude in the camp already, The vibes in the camp already. Me hear the man them talk. The attitude, the vibes in the camp. The man, they just need to work on that. Come in a game with that vibes, yo. Just come in a game with that vibes. 1, 2 are vibes. You get me? I say? Same, so go in there with the vibes. Score a first goal. And then second goal. You get me? I say? Just have that attitude. But we see in our last match, the attitude was poor, yo. They never have no attitude in the game. So they don't even go with that positive attitude and just do the thing.
Yeah, man, I definitely agree. But big up still.
I wish you support.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I do team a bit support, we support Arsenal for England. And in the Bundesliga, Bayern Munich.
That's it. Big up yourself, dog. Yeah,
man. Before I go still, for a while now, I see that podcast here, but whether I don't know, all the time, like recently, I pass it on, and just I drop some gem on internet, I'm not gonna lie. Just keep on doing the thing, bro. I go and support YouTube channel and one another because I don't know, it's a good look, brother. It's a good look. Why I'm there, I'm just say, yo, wonder who they on, if a Ryan or if a MG, and then I say Gunners. You get me? I say so, yo, bro, doing the thing.
Yeah, man, big up.
Right.
But they call the need to support United still. But anyways, people, reach the end of the show. Release the punk of the week. So punk of the week goes to none other than the man himself, Cristiano Ronaldo. I joke, man. Isaac Hayden get it, or what he had to say in that interview. But it is what it is with Isaac Hayden. Him done so him have to say. I think him did met say, this would have come back around right now in terms of what he said in that interview. And different people will perceive what he said in different ways, and people who perceive it differently compared to others who want him in the national team. You can't have those folks are well within their rights to perceive it differently in terms of what he said in that interview. Let me take the last comment before we end and play the outro. The person said, LOL, motivation is key. Big up yourself. Malcolm, big up yourself, but start support United. People, before we head out, let me just play the intro. Not the intro, but the outro.